For the last 3 years, everyone's been asking the same question. Is AI going to take my job? And the answer for 3 years has always been something like, well, eventually, maybe, but not yet.
Well, that window just closed. See, AI agents aren't some theory anymore. They're not a prediction for the future. They are here, right now, and they are already doing the jobs that millions of people believed were totally, completely safe. And here's the thing. The reason this is all happening so fast isn't because AI magically got smarter overnight. No, it's because AI finally got autonomous. And that word changes absolutely everything. So to really get a handle on what's going on, we need to break this down into 4 key parts. First, we have to understand what an AI agent actually is. Then we'll look at where the first wave is already hitting, and hitting hard. After that, we'll explore this whole new agent economy that's being built. And finally, we're going to face the single most important question of all. In this new world, what's left for us to do? What survives?
Okay, so let's start with the absolute basics. This is where most of the confusion is, and honestly, if you get this part wrong, you just won't see what's coming until it's way too late. So what exactly is an AI agent?
The easiest way to think about it is to compare it to something you probably already use, like ChatGPT. ChatGPT waits for you. It's passive. You type a prompt, it gives you an answer. You have to be in the driver's seat for every single step. An AI agent, though, is completely different. It acts for you. You don't give it a prompt, you give it a goal, like research our top 5 competitors, analyze their marketing, and write up a full report. And then, it just goes. It drives itself. It browses the web. It reads documents. It synthesizes the information. It writes the report. It even emails it to the team. It makes all the little decisions along the way completely on its own.
And you really have to get what autonomy means at this scale. We're talking about the ability to hire an employee that never sleeps, never takes a coffee break, never asks for a raise, and can do the work of 10, maybe 100 people at the same time. And I want to be really clear, that's not some kind of metaphor. That is a literal description of what companies are deploying as we speak.
Just try to process this for a second. In 2025, Salesforce, one of the biggest software companies in the world, they publicly deployed AI agents to handle customer service. Not just assist with it, handle it. No human in the loop. And then their CEO, Mark Benioff, said this out loud: "We won't be hiring more salespeople in 2025. Full stop." We're talking about a $200 billion company announcing that for a core part of its business, human growth is over. And they are just the beginning.
So that's the trillion-dollar question, right? Who goes first? Well, the data is coming in, and it is crystal clear. The first wave is already crashing down on 4 specific industries. We're seeing 4 clear front lines emerge. Number 1, customer service. 2, legal research. 3, financial analysis. And 4, in a twist that's catching a lot of people off guard, software development. The jobs getting hit first are the ones that are all about processing huge amounts of information and making repetitive decisions based on that info. And that category of work, well, it's way, way bigger than most of us want to admit.
Let's start with customer service. Klarna, the huge payments company, they deployed a single AI agent. In 1 month, just one. That agent did the work of 700 full-time human employees. Wait, hold on. Say that number again? Did you just say 700?
Yes, 700. That's the equivalent of 700 full-time jobs, made redundant in a single month by one single piece of software.
Okay, now let's look at the legal field. Junior lawyers and paralegals spent most of their time just buried in documents trying to find legal precedents. It's painful, meticulous work. Well, AI agents now do it faster and, it turns out, more accurately than any human. Research that once took a team an entire week now takes 4 minutes. I mean it, 4 minutes. And the scale is just staggering. Look at JP Morgan. They built an AI system they call Coin. Its job is to review about 12,000 commercial credit agreements every year. That work used to take their human lawyers and loan officers 360,000 hours to complete. 360,000 hours? That's just inconceivable. How long does it take the AI?
The AI does it in seconds.
And finally, we have software development. And this is the one that really floors people. Because for years, we've been told that tech jobs were the safe ones, right? Well, here's the crazy twist. AI agents can now write code, test that code, find the bugs, and then deploy it, all without a senior engineer even looking at it. We're seeing software teams that used to need 10 developers to build a product now only need 2.
But this is where the story gets so much bigger.
we're not just talking about individual jobs being replaced here and there. We are talking about a fundamental tectonic shift to a brand new economic model. It's what researchers are starting to call the agent economy.
So here's the crucial point. For the last 200 years, the rule of business was simple. If you want to grow, you have to hire more people. More revenue always meant more headcount, always. In the agent economy, that relationship is completely and totally broken. A company can go from serving 10,000 customers to serving 10 million without hiring a single new person. The agents just scale infinitely. The cost to add one more AI agent to handle one more customer, it's basically zero.
And look, this isn't some far-off prediction. Microsoft's own CEO, Satya Nadella, revealed that right now, today, roughly 30% of all the new code being written inside Microsoft is written by AI. 30% at Microsoft? You're telling me the most valuable tech company on the entire planet is already automating its own core business?
That's exactly right. 30%. And it's not just them. Amazon is using AI agents to run huge parts of its logistics network. They're handling inventory, shipping routes, forecasting, supplier negotiations, all of it, automated.
And here's the real kicker. This is the economic engine that's driving this entire revolution. It's the cost. In 2023, running a really sophisticated AI agent could cost hundreds of dollars for a single task. Today, it's down to pennies. And by 2027, the projections show it'll cost fractions of a penny. Think about that. Every time that cost gets cut in half, a whole new category of human work becomes cheaper to automate than to pay a person for.
So, all of this leads to the final and most critical question of all. If these agents can process information and execute tasks basically for free and at infinite scale, what is left for us to do? The answer isn't to try and process information faster. It's to create what the agents can't.
From what we can see, it breaks down into three main categories. First, high-stakes human judgment. This is the surgeon in the middle of a complex operation making a life-or-death call. It's the therapist who can read what a person isn't saying. It requires a level of emotional and contextual intelligence that AI just doesn't have. The second is deep creativity and taste. And I don't mean just making content. Agents can generate endless amounts of that. I mean the human instinct for what is good, what is meaningful, what is worth making. That editorial judgment, that cultural sense, that still belongs to us.
But the single most important skill, the one this new economy is going to value above almost everything else, is the ability to direct these agents. The people who win in this new world are not the ones who try to compete with agents. They're the ones who learn how to command armies of them. They're the ones who can look at a complex problem or a business and see exactly how to deploy this new infinite workforce to solve it.
So the real question isn't if this is happening, it's what kind of world we build on the other side. If AI agents really do absorb, say, 40% of all knowledge work, what happens to the people who used to do that work? What does that do to our sense of identity when the cognitive skills we spent our entire lives building are no longer rare or valuable? What are you when the thing that defined you can be replicated in seconds?